and every decision you make is taking you a step in one direction or a step in the other of that spectrum.
Absolutely.
And it goes
So,
infinitely in every direction. So
right.
yeah, you could take 10 steps forward and then 5 back and then 10 forward and 5 back. And if that's how you live your life, you're going to get there eventually. But I mean, it's just going to consistently grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And
Yeah.
likewise, in the opposite direction for no good. If you eat McDonald's and wake up and eat Taco Bell, and then wake up and eat McDonald's and wake up and eat Taco Bell, like you're just going backwards, you know?
Basically, it's funny that you said that, because like, so, I have kids that are a little younger than you. So I've 22, 23, and 26. And most recently, my 22-year-old son, shout out to Ben, has become a little more, I'm always trying to impart these these little wisdom nuggets on my kids. So as a mom, or as a child of mine, that it's annoying to them, of course, right? Wow, my light in my garage just did something weird. But most recently, I'm so grateful because I'm getting little like calls and text messages, and will say, that Ezekiel bread, where do you find it in Publix? It's like, oh, something's getting through, so like, I think that that when you see a parent being the example, that eventually it's going to sink into the kids that, look, this shit's working, and I'll say stuff like, if I had known this at your age, just think like how like I'd be freaking Wonder Woman, like, just think if I had started with a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now, back in like 1981, when I had first like gotten into like exercise, it would have been a whole different thing. Yeah, absolutely. So now if I had known then what I know now, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you in this unprecedented moment. And I'm grateful for that. But but the fact of the matter is, I'm so also grateful when I start seeing my own children start to adopt some of the things that I have learned in the past. I would say really the past, since my back surgery and since the search for the recovery and for true health and true fitness, not, I think, and I have so much learning and so much growing to do still. But like, it's so rewarding when, people that are hard to get to eventually start kind of coming around, and they're like, that stuff she's been talking about for the past 5 or 6 years, that's pretty good. I see a difference there. It's so rewarding. It's so nice. I don't even know how I just got to that point. I don't know. But I'm going to have to listen back to this and go, what the heck was I even saying?
But ultimately, the reward is in you're leading the charge, right? You're doing it, and you're feeling and reaping the benefits. And if someone wants to follow along, they're going to follow in your footsteps. And it's not that we throw it down their throat, but we offer it as a line of, communication. Like, hey, I'm learning this. I want to regurgitate it to you, because not only is that going to make me learn it more, but it's going to be the first time that you maybe hear it. And yeah, you're probably not going to take it from me. We always say in business, you have to learn, you're going to learn something after you hear it 7 times, 7 different ways from 7 different people. So
I like that.
if you are the first person to say it to your son, and then you're also the second person to say it to your son, but then 3 other people say it, he's on his way. He's going to start to finally say, okay, now I'm getting it. And that's how I started looking at trying to help my family. A lot of what I tried to embody in who I am trying to be is to lay some sort of foundation for my family, for my parents, for my brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles that have never been healthy a day in their life. Like, I just want to be a glimmer of hope. I want to be able to say, like, I did this. I'm trying to just incorporate this into my lifestyle. I think it would be of value to you. If you want to ask me questions, I'm here. If you don't, okay. If you want to just peek around the corner and follow what I'm doing but not admit to it, that's cool too. I don't care.
Well, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, like,
If you can be it and they can see it somehow,
mhm,
it's going to trickle in. And you know,
it has that ripple
it's
effect.
different. It's
Um,
different though. It definitely is different as a
as a
parent.
man. Yeah.
It becomes a, you know, you're a nag, or even as a wife. Yeah, my husband, I heard him walk in the door, but you know, you become, you don't want to, you don't, and I hate when people go say, I don't want to nag, but you know, so even when you just start saying things, it sounds different. They perceive it differently. But in all truth though, it's out of love, because you just want the best for your people that you love so much. You know,
100.
you want them to avoid all the pitfalls that you fell into. You want them to be the best version of themselves. And sometimes it's, I know so much, you know, and as I always say, I have like mom vision. You know, I always kind of see things before they happen. When my kids would run, and we used to like they were 90s kids, you know, so like we always would run into Old Navy, and I'd get flip-flops back when I allowed them to wear flip-flops, or when I condoned flip-flops, which I don't condone anymore. You get claw toes anyway. That's another again for the foot podcast. um but you know, I used to just say, don't run in your flip-flops, don't run in your flip-flops, you're gonna fall, you know. And until they fell and fell on their face because they
Yeah,
were running in
yeah.
the flip-flops, you know, they didn't believe me. So I love when my son is like,
Experiential
mom, you're always right. Why? I'm like, because I have mom vision. I just see things before they happen. You know, why are you
learning.
always right? You know.
Ultimately, it's experiential learning that's
Hmm.
going to create the most profound effects. And I think that goes back to when you are experiencing it, your five senses are giving you the foundation to have an emotional attachment to whatever it is that you're experiencing. So
Absolutely.
when all you're getting is the verbalization of someone saying it to you, and maybe the body language that they're saying it in, you're only getting two senses of that, right? You're only getting the visual and the auditory sense to try to create that emotion. But
Hmm.
until you're fully enveloped and you taste, smell, hear, feel, touch, and see it, then
Right.
it sticks.
Yeah.
And then it
Absolutely.
fully becomes, a part of who you are.
Absolutely.